Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Tech, Trade and Chai. We are going to be recording the third video of our Linux Zero to Hero series. I hope all of you guys are able to see my screen and let's jump right into today's agenda. So, I thought we can cover for today four things. The first thing is how the arithmetic operators are declared and used in Linux. So that's my point number one. Let me type down arithmetic operations. Then, once arithmetic operations are done, we'll move to relational operators. So, arithmetic operators, just to note down, are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And when it comes to relational operators, we have less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Once these 2 points are covered, we'll move on to understand how we can write a simple if else conditional statement. We'll write down the syntax for the same. So this covers the 3 points: arithmetic operations, relational operators, and then the syntax for if else, a conditional statement. And last but not the least is working with logical operators. So we are going to cover four items of our agenda and hopefully we'll cover it as soon as possible. I'll try to keep the video short. That's what I meant. So let's just start. First, we'll create a script for arithmetic operators so that we can understand what kind of operations we can perform when it comes to doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, so let's start writing the script for arithmetic operations. So the goal for today is let's learn about importance of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I mean, we all do that nowadays on calculator. But we need to understand how to do it programmatically, especially in Linux. So let's start right away. Let's first take or read first number. Let's just call that number as num1. Let me type down echo enter number one, read num1. Okay, now similarly we'll take number 2 and we'll note that one as num2. Okay, so we have two numbers with us which we are going to read or take from user as input, num1 and num2. Now let's perform addition between number 1 and number 2. So when there are two variables declared and if we want to perform some arithmetic operation on those two numbers, we can do it using two ways. So the first is straightforward, where we'll use the dollar sign. So I'll write down dollar and then we'll use the round brackets in which we'll write another dollar and then we'll mention num1 plus num2 inside that bracket. Let's just try to execute and see how it goes through. Some error. Mm, did I mistype something? Doesn't look like. Let me put curly braces. So yeah, curly braces I'm putting in the echo statement just to make sure that these are variables, just to note them that these are the variables for which we have taken the input from the user. So let me try. Why it must have errored out? Could be something silly. Uh, usually when you are working on some other programs or especially on day-to-day life, right? I work on Python stuff, so it is at times very hard to memorize or remember the syntax for Linux or shell scripting. But yeah, so I think we figured out the error while I was talking. So if you see, it wasn't dollar prior to that bracket. Rather, we should have mentioned that number one with dollar sign. Okay, so that's how we got it. Another way we can perform the addition is using the expression keyword and of course the reverse quotes. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to use the reverse quote, type expr space dollar num1 space plus dollar num2. It should give us the results. We can just try to check out. Let's execute. 5 6. Oh, some syntax error. Is any quote missing? Yeah, yeah, double quote at the end. Okay, so let's execute again. 5 6, yeah, 11. We got the output. Similarly, let's perform subtraction. uh, I could copy, but yeah, for now let's just write down num1 dollar num2. We'll type dollar opening bracket opening bracket dollar num1 minus dollar num2, and then two subsequent closing brackets. Similarly, we can do it again using expr keyword. So perform subtraction of number 1 and number 2. So we'll write down expr dollar num1 minus dollar num2. So yeah, so let's, once this is done, similarly, I think let's add multiplication as well, I think, and we'll execute in one go. So let's perform multiplication. So dollar num1 and dollar num2. For multiplication, we use star. So on keyboard, if you have to type, it is shift, along with it press 8. So on the 8 number key, on the 8 number key on your keyboard, and along with shift, you will get star. While I was doing that, I just realized that for subtraction I did not use the word expr. So yeah, thankfully we just got it. Otherwise, again, execute, it must have gone into, showed some same output, but again, it is better that we got it earlier. So similarly, moving on to multiplication using the expr statement, I'll now copy this time because I feel you guys have understood what we are trying to do here. There are two ways. One is using the opening and closing bracket to perform arithmetic operations, and one is the expr keyword. So let's do the multiplication. Put a star between num1 and num2, and similarly, let's do the division. So it will be between num1 and num2. So the division symbol, you can get it on your keyboard using shift, press shift and the question mark key. So again, similarly, the expr also will do, using expr will also do the division. Let's try to execute. Okay, we'll give 10 and 5. So 10 plus 5, 15. Oh, some error. Uh, Looks like on the multiplication part, what it is. Are my quotes missing anywhere? Let me see. Double quotes, single quote, and single quote, reverse quote in this case, especially for expr. Mm. Let me execute again just to check. Yeah, yeah. I think I might have done something, some typo or something. Uh, could be something silly. I'm telling you guys, it happens a lot. Very small things, and we just they are always in front of our eyes, but somehow we miss out. It should not have been that problem. Star. Yeah, it doesn't look like any problem within spacing is not a problem. I have not missed anything. Yeah, let's just try to execute by commenting that line. Let's pass 10 and 5 again. So yeah, there is some problem within that line, particular line, because as you see, everything else gets executed. So only problem with that line. So just to make it more cleaner, let's just add some divisions or some breaking lines, so that addition will be one block, subtraction will be one block, similarly multiplication will be one block, and division will be one block, so we can it would be easier for us to read. So yeah, let's just execute 10 5. So yeah, the only part is missing from the multiplication side is that expr keyword. I think I'm missing something. Let's see. Let's just uncomment what it is. Is it taking that star as a special character? I think so. It is possible that it is taking that star as a special character. That is my one assumption. But let me just execute once. Yeah, yeah. I think that there is some problem with that star. So the one way I can think of is to just use just make sure that we escape, or make sure that shell script read that star as not as a special character, rather it should read it as a multiplication symbol, so that the multiplication happens. So I think we'll have to escape that star. So one way is to do this using that forward slash. Now let's execute. Yeah, now you can see, right? So that was the problem, I guess. It was treating that as a special character. So thankfully we got it, and we are moving ahead with our agenda. So the third part, I guess, so first two are done. Sorry, arithmetic was done, and now the relational operators, right? The less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. So let's create a shell script to go through relational operators. Let's go to cd scripts. Just let's open the relational operator. Our goal today is to learn about relational operators. File version is 1, and now let's just kick off. Yeah. I hope all of you are also practicing along the way, and liking the video. That would be of great help, because I can be very honest. I know still my video quality can be better, but it will take some time. But in the meantime, I thought, as I am doing it along the way. You guys can also start working on it, and suggest or provide feedback. So yeah, so for relational operators, right? So as you know, we have less than, greater than. So less than is nothing but hyphen lt. So test is a keyword that we use. And if you remember in my previous video, there was dollar question mark, which tells us about the status of your last command. So let's just see, let's just test out. So my goal is, we'll pass some numbers, we'll pass number 1, number 2, compare them, and provide what is the status. Okay, so let's see. So let's say if you pass number 1 as 10 and number 2 as 5. So if 10 less than 5, no. So the status should be no or 1. So that's the status that we'll get to know. So let's just execute. There was one syntactical problem that I figured is, the semicolon that we'll have to mention. And now let's similarly, we have done less than, let's do a greater than, and then we'll do an equal to as well. So let's just write down all three lines. Okay. Oh yeah. Num1 equals num2 equal, again, dollar question mark. If you still guys are confused about what is dollar question mark, please do watch my previous video, because I have explained what is dollar question mark, and you will realize what kind of special variable is that. So let's execute. Number one 5, number two is 2. Oh, something strange with the third line output. I think I put that semicolon. I need to remove it and put it at the end. Oh, small mistakes, guys, small mistakes. Okay, let's just execute. So first is less than, then we have greater than, and third is equal to. Let me just save it. Okay, first is less than. So if I pass first as 10 and second as 4, so the 10 less than 4, no. So output is 1. 10 greater than 4, yes. Then output is 0. And similarly I did the test for less than equal to and equal to. So 5 equal to 5, yes, hence the status 0. So that way, this is how we can use the relational operators in Linux. Now moving to my next agenda, right? So we have covered arithmetic operations, relational operators. Next is to just understand the syntax of conditional statement: if, then, else, and fi. So basically if else, which we generally and usually use. So let's create a script, conditional statement. Conditional statement.sh. Let's open it in vi editor. So goal today is to understand about conditional statements. The file version would be 1.0. Yeah, let's just start out. So we'll enter value phone number 1. We'll get some input from the user in num1. Similarly, we'll get some input from user in num2 as number 2. Now let's just do some conditional operations. Dollar num1, let's say if it is greater than dollar num2, then perform something. So basically, if the condition is true, num1 is greater than num2, then let's say we'll print out some statement. We'll do some so printing out is done using echo. So echo dollar num1 is actually greater than num2. So basically, if the condition is true, it will prove our thesis right. Okay. If not, if num1 is not greater than num2, then just mention that and mention that it is smaller than num2. So its num1 is smaller than dollar num2. Yeah, let's just close the if statement using fi keyword. Put 5, 5 less than 3. No, I think something wrong. Something I missed. Sometimes, right, when in this in Linux, the spacing matters. I feel I might be wrong, but in this case I feel, let me just quickly do a check. Syntax wise also, if, then, echo, else, echo, fi. So the syntax looks great. uh, yeah, I think let's just try to add some space around those brackets, because in that way Linux shell scripting is weird sometimes. And also try to use -gt. Let's see 5 greater than 3, yes, true, hence the first statement got executed. Similarly, let's do another test. Let's execute. Number one is 5. Let's say put 10. 5 smaller, yeah. So the else statement this time got executed. So this proves our third part of the agenda. which was syntax for conditional statements. So three things are covered. Let's move to logical operators. We have and, or, and not equal to. So let's create a script, logical operators.sh, and let's just write down our goal for the day, our file version as usual. Learn about logical operators. File version 1.0. Now let's just start typing down. So we'll try to this time. So far we have been using digits, we have been using numbers, right? So this time we'll use some string type variable so that we can do some logical operation on it, something different, right? Numbers we have been using so far. So we'll read something for variable a in, let's say, variable a itself. I'm just cross-checking in the meantime that when we earlier used numbers, we along with read we used hyphen r. So uh, when it comes to a string type variable, can we still use hyphen r? I think we should, but before I move, right, I just wanted to cross check. But yeah, I think we can. So yeah, hyphen R A. Now similarly, let's take variable B, another second variable, and let's read it from the user. So we got two variables in A and B. Also, another thing that I wanted to do is let's use opening brackets, closing brackets. In the earlier program, we use rectangular brackets. So this time we'll use the opening and closing round brackets. So dollar $a. So let's say if user enters true, and if dollar $a equal to true, and similarly for B, if user enters true, then true and true should give us the output as true. So let me write that down using echo. So if the whole condition is true, please print as true and true is true. Yeah. If not, it should be one of them is false. It means the condition is going to be false. Yeah. So that's how the AND operator works, right? It has to be true. Both statements has to be true, then only it will be true. Otherwise, it will always be false. So let's pass true. Let's pass true for B. True and true is true. So yeah, and do another check. True, false. Yeah, both are not true here. So both has to be true. Similarly, let's perform the OR condition. Okay. So I'm just again doing a segregation and just noting down that earlier block was for the AND condition. Similarly, now this block it will be for OR condition. Yeah. Now when it comes to OR, right, one of them has to be true. Okay. So in AND it was both had to be true. In OR one of them has to be true. Okay, so if a equals true and b equals true, then true or true should give us true because one of them is true, right? So yeah, otherwise none, otherwise I think it should give us the other way around, which is false. So if true or true is true, then yeah, then we have printed it. So the other condition, I'm just thinking what should I write down that is meaningful. So it should be yeah, let's write down as none of them is true. Similarly, let's do a not equal to condition and then we'll execute the program at the end. So if not equal to dollar $a, which will take as a input from the user, equal to true, it means if dollar a was true and not equal to means opposite, which is false. If false equal to true, like that. I'm just giving you an example. Yeah. But I think if you execute and write down on your own, it is better for you to understand this particular part, because this can be confusing. Hence, I would advise you to write down, execute. Okay. So if a was initially set to, so basically we are just figuring out what was a set to, and based on that, we will compare it with, let's say, the true keyword, and we'll get the output. Okay. So let's just mention this block as not equal to and close the earlier if condition. So let's execute true, true. So and condition will give you true, or condition will give you true, and not equal to condition will also give you true. Yeah, because it was initially set to true. Correct. So thanks guys for tuning in, being patient, and working on your shell scripting skills along the way. I hope you liked the video. Do subscribe to my channel, provide feedback, and of course, I'll keep improving on both my language as well as video editing skills. Plus, I'll try to bring more refreshing code day by day. There are some other trade and nifty stock related analysis that I also do. Do go and have a look at it as well. So again, thank you and have a good day. See you on to the next video.